must go back.
Are you crazy? I like killing sprees as much as the next guy, but we barely got out of there alive.
What about Gamora?
She made a choice.
So you're just gonna abandon her? And Nikki? What if it was Groot? You gonna leave him behind too?
I am Groot.
Don't talk like that. That's not what this is about.
Isn't it though? We're supposed to be a team. Teams don't leave people behind.
Tell that to the giant Kratakan army of robots and brainwashed believers we barely got away from!
Gamora!
Is that?
Yes,
How'd you get back?
it doesn't matter. I failed. Raker lives.
For now.
We have to go back. We can't leave Nikki there. What he'll turn her into.
Blah blah flarkin blah. So you got stepdaddy issues and had a horrible childhood. Woo-hoo.
Rocket!
What? It's true. Guess what? You ain't the only one here who had it bad. It don't mean we're angling to commit suicide because some pseudo-priest nutjob is doing surprise nutjob stuff. If we go back there, we're dead. D-E-D! Dead!
I am Groot.
I'd rather die with honor than without.
Who crawled up her butt and died?
I am Groot.
So, get the Flark out of Dodge?
Not yet. We should try to get a hold of Cosmo instead.
I am Groot.
Great plan, only he ain't answering the passport.
Okay, but what choice do we have? We don't have comms.
Well, actually, we might have comms. It turns out they weren't as flarked as I originally thought.
Really?
Groot should be able to raise them. Okay.
Sounds like Murder Mom's feeling more stabby than usual. Hey! Better not slice through anything in that cargo bay. We ain't restocking anytime soon.
I am Groot.
You alright there, Drax?
I am pondering that question.
And that makes total sense. After what happened with Nikki and that twisted promise, having to watch the people we love die all over again.
My family did not simply die. They were murdered. By Thanos. I do not wish to discuss it.
Hope somebody makes the right call and gets us out of the way of those church idiots.
I am Groot.
It ain't cowardice, it's common sense. Wait, are you siding with Green Team on this?
I am Groot.
Yeah, well, a little bit is all we'd achieve before getting brain scrubbed and tied up to faith reactors.
Shoo, move over. What are you looking at?
Oh no, you ain't chewing through any more of my ship.
My ship!
Shoo, Flark off!
Wow, that panel must have looked really tasty. What's it for, anyways?
Emergency door controls for the ship. Something a ship owner should know.
Hey, do I look like an engineer?
You don't. What do you think, bud? Now that Contraxi is gone, what's gonna be the new hotspot for entertainment?
Hey, Gamora.
Go away, Peter.
Come on. Just thought I'd check in. That was some pretty heavy stuff you said earlier. Wanna talk about it?
I don't need a pep talk.
Okay. All right. No talking. Let's sing it out.
What?
Oh, who's the hunter? Who's the game? You feel the beat, call your name. Come on, I know you know this one. I hold you close in victory. I don't wanna tame your animal style. You won't be caged in the call of the wild. Come on, sing it!
Shooting at the walls of...
Shooting at the walls of heartache.
Bang, bang!
I am the warrior.
I
am the warrior. And heart to heart you win. See? Just singing.
All right, I like that one. Gets me every time. What did you want to talk about?
Want to talk about the guy whose arm you just ripped off?
There's nothing to talk about.
You chopped his arm off.
And that's all I did. He's still out there with Nikki manipulating her with his slick lies and flarked up promises. Making everybody think... we can't bring them back.
Who did you see? In your promise? Got a feeling it wasn't Thanos.
No one. Nothing. It was just a lie. Which is why we need to stop it.
Right. I'm working on that. Just... try not to slash the cargo bay in half.
Watch it, Peter! You could fall on my sword if you're not careful.
Ooh, so swirly. Is that even a plant? Wonder where Groot picked up that one. Did Rocket move his crate?
Kid, I got a plan for those parts. You're gonna love it.
I feel like I've seen this before. Did Groot pick it up in nowhere? How about you, bud? You doing okay? Are you sure? We saw some pretty messed up stuff in there.
I am Groot.
Yeah. Maybe I'm not the best person to discuss it with you. You and Rocket should definitely talk about it, though. I'm glad you guys are there for each other. Take care, buddy.
I am Groot.
Anything yet?
I am Groot.
Guardian of Galaxies.
Cosmo, buddy. Where have you been? We've been calling you.
Sorry, Piotr Quill. Cosmos ball's been tied. Universal Church of Truth arrive at nowhere.
Are you okay?
He's fine for a moment. Cosmo receive warning in time. But Continuum Cortex is of shutdown for safety. It's been dead, huh?
Your little detective trip almost got us killed. We'll fill you in when we get there.
Yet, this problem is bigger than Cosmo. Guardian of Galaxies must go to Xandar and ask Worldmind for help instead. Cosmo unable to get through. Guardian of Galaxies must actually...
Cosmo, are you there? What happened?
I am Groot.
Are we under attack?
So these are the cowards who defiled Lady Hellbender's honor.
Oh, good.
And who the flark are you?
Normally, I would not engage in conversation with inferior life forms. But my contract with Lady Hellbender stipulates otherwise. Therefore, abomination. You may refer to me by my title. I am Captain Glory, leader of the Lethal Legion.
Lethal Legion? More like Loser Legion.
He's surrounded us.
Listen, I get that Lady Hellbender's super pissed, but now's really not the best time.
Did you think that she would ease her bounty simply because you somehow managed to elude the Blood Brothers in nowhere?
Yes?
Then you are as imbecilic as they are. You will not elude me. That I can assure you.
I just need a few minutes. Stall him, Quill.
Why? Where are you going?
Did you mute me? What?
So, Lethal Legion. Cool merc name. I used to run with the Ravagers myself.
We are far superior to you and your Ravagers, Terran scum. The Lethal Legion is composed of the best warriors the universe has ever seen. And me.
Hey, look. I get it. You're the best of the best. You're the captain of a super elite team. I'm the captain of a... elite team.
Some of us are super elite.
You are nothing like me. I am Glavi of the Kree Empire. My birthright alone supersedes any sense of worth you foolishly believe you possess.
Spoken like a true Kree.
More like an arrogant a-hole.
Enough! I will not be disrespected. You will be eliminated.
Give it your best shot, Helmet Head. The Milano's gonna blow you out of the sky.
Your ship doesn't have that kind of firepower.
Scan again.
Possible.
Just a little something we picked up in the quarantine zone.
Looks like you underestimated us.
See. Hit them hard and give no quarter. There's nothing on that garbage scow worth salvaging.
Bird, find us a channel with less butthole content. We're taking fire! Got a piece of that guy!
I am Groot!
Hang in there, bud. They ain't killed us yet. Try not to get shot, Quill.
Lying, this sucks!
Guys, I think they sent the non-lethal Legion.
Can't we just send an IOU to Lady H?
I ain't paying that psycho a single unit.
Please try to flee. I would love to hunt you down.
Private Morning Glory's running his mouth again.
Stop barking orders, Groot. You don't even know how to fly her.
Jeez, how much money did she offer these guys?
Too much, because they ain't gonna survive this. Only one lethal name brain left.
One is all we need.
That don't even make sense. We just wasted a ton of you.
Feels kind of good to have bounty hunters after us. We're making a name for ourselves, right? Who's the inferior life form now, huh?
Still you.
Peter, I'm picking up something.
What?
It appears I'll have to finish this myself. So you defeated my fighters, but my cruiser will.
That's it? That's what you've been bragging about?
What do you mean?
Nothing. It's... I'm sure it's very comfortable.
It will not be mocked.
Then do something about it.
Lady Skull shoot us the worst block in timing.
Is she here?
Feel that, Guardians?
Nope, not a thing.
The Milano definitely felt it.
Starting to feel like we pissed off the whole galaxy.
A good chunk of them anyway.
Really need to work on our PR.
of the barrage. They will not survive it.
He's really pissing me off.
That did some real damage. Keep hitting his exhaust ports.
Your strategy will work.
Thanks. You just confirmed that it will.
Yeah, I don't think the scrap sacks care if the galaxy's under siege. He's chewing us up, Quill. That was a bad hit.
Taking heat!
Moron! Protector point!
This guy's starting to sound like Rocket.
It's called language efficiency, Quill.
Just kill them already!
There's an art to this!
Ha! Quill just tried the kill splade to the deadliest woman in the galaxy! That hurt!
I am Clary, warrior of...
Take that, Lady Skull Scut!
I doubt we've seen the last of her.
We'll worry about Lady Hellbender later. Let's just focus on getting to Xandar. Punch it! Yeah, old girl needs a tune-up.
We can do it once we reach the station.
I ain't letting no buckethead near my...
Wow, talk about cosmic gridlock.
I haven't seen this many ships around Xandar since the start of the Galactic War.
Open a channel, Groot. Let's see what's going on.
Have to leave. Our skies are yellow. Need access to facilities.
These ships come from converted worlds.
They're refugees.
Need immediate docking permission. Please answer us.
Groot, that's enough.
I don't see any rescue shuttles coming out. They're ignoring them.
No. Nova Corps might be a bunch of self-righteous domeheads, but they're supposed to be helping folk. That's their whole flarkin' deal.
Relax, Rocket. We'll just call the station and ask to speak to the World Mind. Groot.
Welcome. How about this? Do you think turning ourselves in would get their attention?
Connecting to banking services.
I can't believe that worked.
Gardeners of the Galaxy.
Explain yourselves.
Hey, World Mind. Long time no see. It's me. Peter Quill, Star-Lord.
And, it's Guardians of the Galaxy. Check the addendum.
We need your help.
To pay a fine.
No. No, of course not. You need to save the
Galaxy cannot be saved, Peter Quill.
What?
A mass delusion known as the Promise
Is sweeping its systems, converting all who
encounter it. In less than 3 cycles,
it has spread from the crew of a single
star
star,
frigate to multiple outposts.
worlds and systems.
Praxius 9, Rigel 3,
75.222%
2% of the Andromeda Galaxy.
all lost.
Of course, she don't mention Contraxia.
They, actually. The World Mind is a collective consciousness.
Look, we know who's behind the Promise. We've seen it happening up close and personal. We're here to pass on information to you so you can stop it.
How can we be more clear?
The Universal Church of Truth.
Cannot be stopped.
Told ya. They're a collective.
It is a machine.
Yeah, well, so are parts of me. And you better not call me in it.
It can be stopped. Maybe not by us, but you're a war hero. You defeated the Shatari 12 years ago.
The
Resistance and its allies defeated
the Shatari, not us alone. And not before
the Shatari had destroyed our home.
world and decimated our people.
Yeah, I don't like it either, bud. Should've run when we had the chance.
We have already processed
472,865
12,472,865 combat scenarios.
The current probability of defeating
The
the
Universal Church of Truth is
0.3%.
That is a big number.
Is that bad? It sounds bad.
It is. Now, if you will excuse us,
The Universal Church of Truth's forces
draw closer to this region of space.
It is critical that we depart before they arrive.
You're running away?
What about the refugees? You're just gonna leave them defenseless?
Our primary directive is the
Preservation
preservation
of Xandarian culture. All else
is
is
secondary.
Ain't you seen what your planet looks like? Xandarian culture is a lost cause.
Culture is more than a location.
And yet after the Shatari attack, you still build the new Xandar in the same system knowing it wasn't safe.
But you're Nova Corps' leader. You have a duty to protect this galaxy.
That is incorrect.
You ain't the leader of the Bucketheads?
We
We do not have a duty to protect this galaxy.
galaxy. We merely police it to get
Advance knowledge of potential threats.
Serve and protect only yourselves.
A logical byproduct of our primary
directive.
directive.
You have officers all over the galaxy laying down their lives for you. And you won't even risk fighting? For their sake?
The risk is too great.
It would be a pointless sacrifice.
For unknown reasons, the
Church is stockpiling resources.
its influence has grown beyond all probabilistic.
Models.
Then update your models.
We
We
cannot
cannot adjust our computations to the
enemy's
enemy's
nonsensical power source.
You mean faith energy?
faith as an energy source
Is
is
illogical. We are unable to
compute scenarios to fight that which should
not
not
exist.
So you're just gonna let the church win?
If the power source cannot be quantified,
It cannot be countered.
Most sentient beings don't have the luxury of calculating their odds before getting into a fight.
that is why they fail.
You're scared. Yeah, you met a math problem that you don't understand and you're running away from it.
Fear is an emotional reaction.
Disputable.
We do not experience emotion, therefore
We cannot be afraid.
Why are you running then?
Our primary directive is the preservation.
Yeah, bleep, bloop, bloop. Thought you were a Class G superintelligence, not an infinite loop.
We
We recognize that you are displeased with our
decision
decision.
to leave. However, your
Emotional
emotions
state is not our
primary
primary.
concern. We
We
did
did not
not
make this decision without considering
all available options. A complete
search of our databanks only revealed
a single entity with the
potential
potential
to stop them.
What is it?
Not what, who.
Adam Warlock, the Church's original Golden God.
Unfortunately, he perished.
In the last year of the Galactic War,
Great. So no one?
we
We
are
are pleased you reached the same conclusion.
we did.
It appears that our travel preparations
Are almost complete. Farewell, Guardians.
of the galaxy.
No, wait!
Classic Nova Corps. Ain't helped us then, you won't help us now. What? Are you kidding me? Groot says the Flarkin helpline's still asking for fine money.
Ah, screw it. If Nova Corps doesn't want to help, then we're not paying their darn fine. Cancel payment.
I knew it! I knew you spent Lady Hellbender's money in nowhere.
You saw me?
You were there?
I was watching your back.
Great. All the way to Seknarf and back, and nothing to show for it.
I'm sorry, alright?
Peter, we've got movement.
They're taking off.
accepting the promise.
We gotta jump, Quill.
I know.
Atrio's promise is becoming real.
Peter?
Gotta get clear first. Come on. And go!
Scott!
Whoa!
What the flark did you do?
I don't know.
Why have we stopped?
The Loser Legion must have hit something when they ambushed us.
Guys,
It's only a matter of time before the galaxy accepts the promise.
Sacrosanct is back there. We can't just sit here.
guys.
And how are we gonna do that? We're dead in the flarkin' water!
And if they find
Promise
us,
must
we're
be
screwed.
freely accepted.
Oh, yeah, and without an engine, we're screwed anyway!
Guys! Enough! Just stop already! I can't hear myself think! Rocket, fix the engines.
How am I supposed to do that? I can't even run a diagnostic.
I don't care! Just fix it!
Scoff.
And what are we supposed to do?
I don't know, okay? I can't just conjure up answers every 2 seconds.
Fine.
Don't. I just can't do this right now. I need some rest. Screw Nova Corps. Shouldn't have counted on them in the first place. Drax,
I do not wish to talk.
Fair enough. We're all pretty spent, just try to get some rest if you can. Hey.
Here to yell at me some more?
What? No.
I really don't feel like small talk.
You forgot your toast.
Hey, Groot, you remember if I left the sensor nodes on standby earlier? Because I told you about it. I said, Groot, remind me to something the sensor nodes. Yeah, I remembered most of it, but I'm missing the middle part. Ah, I should have written it down.
Hey. How's it looking?
How does it look like it's looking?
Well,
Tension circuit melted through the stem bolts, reverse ratcheting routing planers out of alignment, can't even see the Flarkin sensor node behind the flux capacitor.
Wait. Flux capacitors are real?
What? No, I mean flow capacitor. Words get a little messed up when I'm tired.
Hey, Groot. What's that stuff you're drinking?
I am Groot.
Looks like herbal tea, but, not sure about the smell.
I am Groot.
What kind of tea is that?
I am Groot.
Ah, good one!
Maybe you can show me?
I am Groot.
Oh, God. Really? cannot tell if that's cannibalism. You know what? I think I'll pass on the leaf juice, but I'm glad to see you've got everything under control. At least one of us does.
Speak for yourself.
I am Groot.
Don't call me Rocky.
I am Groot.
I don't call you Fruity.
I am Groot.
It's okay.
Rocket?
What is it? I'm busy.
I was gonna say, if you want to take a break after this, I don't think anyone will hold it against you.
They better not.
Really? Come on, girl. Shoot, shoot. Ugh, screw it. And the bed smells. Great.
We have a ship. This is our room? Why is it so small? Look at you. Me.
Oh!
Weird hair.
What? What is it? What is this? How are you... me?
Come on. The talking raccoon's waiting for you. Everybody is.
Rocket, yeah, he was fixing that thing that broke.
Hey, if we're some kind of big space hero now, why are we running from the bad guys?
It's complicated.
No, it's not. Stop running. And we've landed.
Groot wanted to let you sleep. Can you believe it?
How long was I out?
Long enough to fly us all the way to the quarantine zone.
Wait, how do we fly out here?
Quill, do you want to fix your ship or not?
My ship!
Yes, your ship.
So you flew us all the way here?
Yup.
Without asking?
Hey, I asked. You said, and I quote, "I'll take you to the stars. I'll show you who we are. We're space riders with no name." And then you went back to sleep.
And you thought that meant yes?
Good enough for me. There, let's go.
Look who stumbled out of bed.
The rodent made decisions in your sleep.
Yeah, I know.
Took you long enough.
What? Nikki? You're not supposed to be here.
You promised you would get me out of here.
I know, but... Nikki! Guys, don't let it get to you!
Won't have to tell me twice!
Bro, take that, you ugly monster thing!
Peter Quill. Peter Quill, wake up.
Drax. We talked about this, man. You gotta stop.
Your illegitimate child was correct, Peter Quill. Hovat and Chimeria will be restored.
Yeah, okay.
We just need to have faith.
Drax, you're kind of freaking me out, man.
I had to share the good news, Peter Quill. You have lost your family, your mother, the Kree woman. You understand the pain that comes from loss.
Drax.
But with faith, with the Matriarch's promise, our families can be restored.
Drax, I don't...
You have accepted her promise, have you not, Peter Quill?
Totally accepted it. I am super stoked to see my mom again.
And rejoin your daughter.
Yes, right, my daughter.
I knew you would see the truth of her light, Peter Quill.
Yep, the truth and light, dead. Not dead, my daughter, it's all super great.
This pleases me. However, I am less certain of the others. The wooden one may come around, but I suspect the assassin and the rodent will resist. This makes them a dangerous element to our cause. I must eliminate them.
Wait!
Why?
Because they're our family, man. Just give them a chance. It's a lot to process.
You truly believe they will accept her promise?
I know it. Take Gamora. Her dad was Thanos. There's gonna be some stuff to work through before she can accept it. And Rocket. Where to start? He's literally a walking science experiment. What Nikki, the matriarch, is offering, it's all new territory for him.
And the wooden one?
You said it yourself. He'll come around. I mean, it's Groot, man. He's our rock.
Very well, Peter Quill.
Good, good. That's great. I'll let the others know.
There is no need. We must bring the matriarch here. That will give them the time they require to consider her promise.
Right, right, because she's a million light years away and it'll take us time to get there.
Already landed on her planet.
What? Why? Why would you do that?
Well, if you had truly accepted her promise, you would know. Perhaps it is better that you wait here for a while and contemplate your faith.
Wait! Drax! We can talk about this! Great.
Yo, Quill, you there? Please tell me you're not dead.
Oh, I'm here, Rocket!
Oh, thank Flark.
Peter? Rocket? Why is my door locked from the outside?
Yeah, Drax may have kind of joined the church.
Seriously?
I know, it's super messed up, Drax. Drax is kind of messed up. He also may have landed us on Sacrosanct to find the matriarch. But don't worry.
Don't worry?
Yeah, you know, be happy.
I might be able to activate the Milano self-destruct sequence.
That's your plan?
What, you got a better one?
A little hard to concentrate with Peter singing.
I'm thinking.
Think somewhere else. Stop singing!
For your information, the llama thing finds my voice delightful.
Her name's Cammy.
That's it. We're locked in, but she's not.
So, she's an idiot.
Doesn't mean she can't help us. Can you transfer ship schematics to my tablet? Maybe get me a camera feed.
Yeah, okay. Why?
I want to check where Cammy is.
Done. Go ahead and grab it.
Okay, I see her. Gamora, sing something, anything.
Why?
Just do it!
This is me singing a song. I hope you like it because I don't.
Wow, she hates your voice.
Fuck you!
It's good. She responds to singing. Maybe if we direct her to that panel near the cockpit.
The emergency door controls.
Yes! Just keep singing. I'll use the PA and try to lure her to chew the lock override. She chews everything.
Something, note for note. Peter, do I really have to do this? I mean, Cammy's a space llama. One who apparently doesn't even like my voice. Ugh.
Don't worry. Blah, blah, blah. Don't worry, be happy! Blah, 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 blah.
La, 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 la. La 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 la. You've got no place to lay your head. Something took you.
Locked in my flarkin' room, singing in the galaxy.
Don't worry, be happy. Maybe we should just. This is ridiculous.
Be happy. Okay, come on, girl. Give it a little nibble.
Do what you do best, you toothy bastard.
Guys! I think she's doing it! I can't believe it worked.
We're not on the Sacrosanct. We're on a planet.
Well, that's a flarkin' relief. Let's get the scud out of here before Drax comes back with his new best friend, the Kratakan matriarch.
Rocket, stop. We can't just abandon Drax.
Is he even still Drax? I mean, he's been converted.
I know. It's just we need to find him and pull him back from the dark side.
You're talking about kidnapping Drax the Destroyer.
Emphasis on destroyer.
And we've come too far, seen too much awful stuff to abandon one of our friends. Drax is still our friend.
That ain't our friend no more.
Don't make me pull rank on this, man.
Are you pointing your frickin' guns at me?
No, not yet. I just need you to understand how serious this is. We're not leaving.
Well, Flark, Quill. It's about Kratakan time you showed some Nords. Fine. I'm in.
Any other objections?
Nope. I'm good.
Good. Then let's go find our friend.
If there are church forces on this planet, we should have an attack strategy.
Okay, here we go.
Not this place.
You know where we are?
In a Flarkin lagoon? How many times I gotta tell you people, I don't like water!
Hey, I didn't land here, okay? Drax did.
Ah! This stuff is gross! You're kidding me. Wet fur is the worst!
Rocket! You alright?
That's it! I hate water! I hate being wet! And I hate not getting paid!
We're not here to get paid. We're here to save Drax.
Guys, this is Lamentus, home of the priests of Pama.
More religious nut jobs. Great!
They aren't nuts. They're pacifist exiles.
Pacifists. That's even worse. You saw them on Nowhere?
So how do you know this place?
I came here after a job went bad.
Tell me we ain't crossing above an ocean.
Only part of an ocean. Don't fall, you won't get wet.
Quit worrying, Rocket. Anything happens, Gamora will jump in after you.
I will?
You will?
Yes, because we're a team. And Gamora's the most sprightly.
I think I'd rather drown.
We should sync on our plan for when we find Drax.
Shoot! Found Drax!
Where is she? Where is the matriarch?
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Put him down!
Drax! Buddy, just calm down!
No, she called me here to mend her lost.
Rocket, a little help here?
Hi, guys.
Mantis?
How did you...
What? Oh, that? Lysa once taught me the art of striking one spot and many times. Or is it Omphad who teaches me later? Don't worry, Green Meanie's fine. Fine-ish.
What are we doing here, Mantis?
I told him to come, on Nowhere. I saw time inside his mind. The lies that bind. I mean, what's a girl to do? Whisper a course correct, obviously. Shh. It's okay. Stay with me. Quiet in the dark.
Another one of your girlfriends, Quill?
Oh, no. Not in this time. Come on. The creepy cave's this way.
The what now?
The creepy cave, where the darkest of our future paths will meet. Dark as in unknown, not as in bad. I mean, it might be bad. But no way can it be worse than the futures I did see, because those were definitely bad. Very bad. You don't want to know how bad.
Can someone please translate her?
I am Groot.
The point is, or was, or... Which parts of the point have I made already?
The creepy cave.
Yes, that's right. Big, strong heart carries so much sorrow inside. In all futures, he's the one who turns. And in some, we save him. Here. And here we are, where the Kotati take root.
So, Just to be clear, there's a timeline where me and you...
Peter, focus.
Right. What's a Katati?
Plant people, like Groot, but, lame.
The Kotati are a highly evolved, highly sacred race of pacifist beings who grace us with their meditative powers. They also guard the secrets of the ancient cave.
Can they temporarily unguard it?
Oh no, they take this duty quite seriously. Our only hope of entering is to appeal to their infinite wisdom. And we're in!
What are we looking for in here?
She doesn't know.
Something that's gonna help Drax.
We're all just taking the word of the space case.
She's not a space...
Ooh, spooky!
Spooky is right.
More like deadly. Are we sure about this?
Nope.
Maybe Drax just needs to sleep it off. I mean, he seems... Double floor!
Alice didn't sense that one in time.
Everyone just remember we're here for Drax. Though, it would be easier if we had some idea of what we're looking for.
Oh, for sure. It's always easier when you know things. Like, no. But...
Whoa! This place is really unstable.
Lousy cave's gonna kill us all.
Oh no, not all of us. Not this time.
More water? What's wrong with this lousy planet?
Doesn't seem that bad. Come on, Rocket. A little water's not gonna hurt you.
Death by drowning's actually quite common throughout Little Fuzzy's alternate futures. I have heard so many of his panicked final...
Okay, let's not tell Little Fuzzy that.
Too late. I heard. Groot, a little help here.
Nice!
Whatever you found in there, well, pretty sure it ain't worth getting...
I'm sure it'll get drier from here on out.
Oh, you were so wrong, Stir Fry. Hi-ya! Giddy up!
Crap! That was kinda close.
That one sometimes gets Gamora.
You're sure we're headed the right way, Mantis?
I think so.
Let's take a look through here. Maybe there's another way to cross. All right, Gamora, let's get up here.
Why don't I just blast some of these rocks?
Oh, no! I don't trust him not to kill us. What's your reason?
I have seen so many futures where Little Fuzzy dies in this cave.
Rocket, you feeling lucky?
I got this.
Yo, geniuses! This thing above me don't look too sturdy. Not the news we got our bridge.
Problem solved.
Still ignoring the bigger problem, not knowing what we're looking for.
Don't focus on what. Focus on how much he means to you.
Of all the times Drax has done something for us.
Name one time.
Remember when he saved our butts in that mining ship?
This is a lot of trouble to go to for a freaking colleague.
Tell us how you really feel.
I just did. I mean, if push comes to shove, we can get another big guy.
Drax has definitely been there for us before. Like on Seknarf. First time we got jumped by that tiger with the squid face.
Who, Stumpy?
And the second time we got jumped by Stumpy.
Mantis? Should we be worried about this fog?
Stumpy?
Slice and dice!
on my ship, I'd know!
Maybe this is Stumpy!
Even if it survived, it couldn't have gotten here!
Feels like my plants are bouncing right off his back!
Okay, I take it back. Having normal Drax around would have been useful just then.
What are the odds of those things living on this planet?
Maybe they weren't native to Seknarf? And this is where Hellbender first got them?
Or maybe Hellbender's here, tracking us across the ends of the galaxy, because she wants us dead.
Lady H wants us dead. You realize what that means?
We're all gonna die?
I think I see what he's doing.
It means we're a team. When we piss someone off, we piss them off together.
I'm gonna assume that sounded better in your head.
Water, fog, and monsters. What's the forkin' deal with this place?
There has always been a great power here. The priests tell wonderful things they could do.
I don't remember hearing anything about that.
You weren't ready to listen last time you were here.
Why were you here again, Gamora?
Oh, I know the answer! It's the same across all timelines.
I told you, I was here to recuperate. I was in a bad place.
We had to keep an eye on her.
Ooh, spooky.
We ain't being what? No one in their right mind would be in this crud-flacking cave of flarkin' wonders.
What's going on?
What the flark?
There's two of them!
Two of what?
Mantis, do these things have anything to do?
Inconclusive. But I'm the
What do you think, Will? New best friends?
Yeah, maybe not. Deadliest woman incoming!
Never see it coming!
I should know these ones! Woohoo! Oh,
Rocket! Safety's off!
This is what we get for following the...
She's got a name!
I feel like a matador!
You're gonna feel something else if you don't watch it! No! I don't think you can communicate with these ones!
Drax would probably admire these walking tanks!
Are we sure they ain't related?
Order out!
Been too long since I blew something up!
Hit on a swivel!
Sure are a lot of things living in this sacred cave!
Not for long, there ain't! Haha! Too slow!
Except when they're not!
Slash him, Gamora!
This won't hurt! Much!
I feel like a matador!
Oh, I remember this part. Something bad happens here.
Mantis?
Over here.
All right, I like Drax as much as the next guy, but I am officially sick of this stupid cave! Oh, Bug Lady?
Rocket, think you can crawl in there?
For what? So I can get eaten by whatever lives inside?
The stone faces. Whatever we're looking for is beyond or beneath or behind one of the faces.
What do you say, Rocket? I bet you can find us a way back there.
Fine, whatever. Ugh, smells like rotten spike eggs in here. Okay, setting the charge. Stand back!
I don't think this is the one where you... screaming he's lost in an ocean of lies. We need to bring him ashore, but we also need to remain grounded in the positive. We're his lifeline.
Positivity isn't exactly our strong suit.
See that, Greenie? That's where we need to be.
At least the crystals are kind of pretty.
I've seen better formations. These look like regular silicon.
Regular about the way they resonate, Fuzzy.
Then they might actually be worth a few units. To the right buyer.
I see something, but it's foggy.
Hey, Groot, buddy. Think you could lift this? Here's good.
No, there ain't nothing he needs to know about me. Keep your bark-hole shut.
What else did the Katati tell you?
Did they happen to mention the part where it's super dangerous and stupid to enter?
Oh yes, it's very dangerous. Ancient even. An ancient danger. Or was. Still is. Something. I spy with my little eye.
Your bark's crawling. I'd almost jump into the water if it made the creepy crawly feeling go away.
You find anything, Peter?
Nothing in there that could save Drax.
Is there another face somewhere, Mantis? Mantis?
Huh? Oh, yeah. This cave is multifaceted. Get it? We'll each need to face our fears. Some here, some not. But facing them is most important.
You know, running is sometimes good too. Found another way.
Just me or them crystals look super dangerous.
Don't worry your fuzzy little head. You only die from a great fall in 2 timelines. This probably isn't one of them.
There's that feeling again. The fur on the back of my neck is sticking up.
I feel it too, like a pair of eyes watching you.
You need to get on those crystals, Groot.
Just let Quill get out there first. I don't want you falling.
Ooh, definitely remembering something now, I think. We need to be careful here.
I think what you're seeing is some version of me pushing you off a cliff.
Oh, little fuzzy. Your volatility is surprisingly consistent through all versions of time and space.
Maybe we need to accept that not everything can be explained. The galaxy's a weird place. Just gotta go with the flow.
Getting lost in a deadly cave is your idea of going with the flow?
Not in this version. We're recovering what other versions of us have already found. Isn't it exciting? Finally, the face of 1,000 lies, I think.
Is it gonna help us save Drax?
It tries to keep us from saving him.
Stop! Watch out, everybody! Thanks.
Before? But I always thought it was metaphorical.
Bug Lady is absolutely bonkers.
You get us through here, Gamora.
Larkin, I'm going in.
No, you mustn't.
You don't want me to cut the thing?
Wait, no, not you. Something bad is about to happen.
Oh, that's it. I'm going in.
Lock it!
Yes, but...
lady said the face is keeping us from helping Drax. So we gotta destroy it.
Little Fuzzy, don't do whatever it is you're about to do.
No. I'm done with all the riddles.
Don't not do whatever you
Let's
already
just hear
did.
Mantis out on this, okay?
Give me a tick to think,
What
okay?
if the whole place collapses?
Then at least you wouldn't have to argue with him anymore.
Not helping.
Groot, can you tell him to stop?
Little Fuzzy's in a mood. We're probably gonna die.
Rocket, go! Rocket!
Feels like I say this a lot.
You want to know the plan?
Yep.
Make it run! Oh! Whew.
Close one.
You can say that again.
Oh, I will.
Mantis.
Where is the matriarch?
This is the one where I fail.
We're trying to help you!
It's okay. The one where I fail is the one where you don't. Shh. Stay with me.
Hey, guys! Check it out! I'm totally not dead! What?
You killed all of us! No more blowing things up, Rocket! Ever!
Survey! Are you Spartoy? Why didn't I know that? Maybe you aren't always... Or I forgot.
What? Those guns do something again, Quill?
He saved Drax after you almost killed us all!
And that's how it's done.
The exploding stuff is still better.
It's really not.
Next time we're in a huge fight, you're gonna beg me to blow stuff up. Beg me!
Next time we're in a huge fight, I'll make sure to remember that.
More of that weird fog.
Be glad you ain't this close to the ground.
Oh, Little Fuzzy never dies from gas in here. Just falling, crushing, Chitauri,
Wait,
water.
hang on. Did you say Chitauri?
Oh, I did, didn't I? Such a funny sounding word.
This is impossible!
I thought I'd never see these markers again!
I hoped I never would! These lizard freaks need to go!
End them all!
Done!
You couldn't have warned us that Chitauri were hiding out in this cave?
Always. Some timelines we just run into cute little eyeball guys. You know the ones I'm talking about, Sarah?
I'm familiar with eyeball guys, yes. What I don't get is why they leave here.
Feel free to ask him. Man, what is this, like the worst timeline?
It's like pumping a sick!
What's next, Peter? We can worry about that when no one's trying to kill us!
Bust out the smart bombs! This is opening up some old wounds!
Try opening some new ones! With our luck, Hellbender's goons are on the other side, just waiting to jump us!
Payback from Hellbender is literally the last thing we need right now!
Ha! Hold it!
Need I remind you that you are the reason she's hunting us?
Don't these guys know how to let bygones be bygones?
Hey! At least they didn't bring an army of them jelly things with them! Can you imagine? Man, I hated those things!
You were saying?
Just had to jigsaw, didn't you?
Hey! Anyone notice that this happens to be the monster I said?
I suppose you want credit for that, too? mob's on a warpath! It's like the fog is following us!
We're talking about a gas! The Blobby's got a knife!
This is a long way to go for a few measly units!
Well, I ain't paying back a single one!
Watch it! Spike!
It's gooey outside keeps regenerating! Could this get any worse?
Sure! We could be dealing with those churchified noble weirdos too!
Ah, that would be worse! Oh, come on!
Mantis says the cure for the cross is here! Makes sense for the church to not want anyone to find it!
Okay, this is officially too weird!
This is the point!
Hey, Quill! Want to see some fireworks?
Let loose, Rocket!
Keep it up! We're almost through. I just...
You can't quit! It's in your contract!
How should I know? Just keep swatting them!
Man, what else can this place possibly throw at us?
I would rather not find out!
For once, I agree with Rocket! I can't believe Domet fell for the promise!
So did one of our own, remember? Got one of the whacked out space cars!
Way to knock some sense into him!
Does anyone not hate us?
haven't met him yet.
What's next, Peter?
He's better after all the trouble we went to!
Can't quit! It's in your contract!
This is what you get for making us come to this Larkin cave!
Save some anger for Raker! Too easy! Promise me you'll stay down,
Fog of
soldier!
fear, faced fully... forthright. Oh, hey, Gamora, you look less depressed. Wait, we went over that already, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
That thing of yours is still bothering you, though, right?
What thing?
I'm fine.
How far down does this cave go?
Legends say the entire planet is hollow!
Heads up! More of them rock monsters.
Maybe we just got off on the wrong foot.
I don't think they're looking to make amends, Quill.
Oh, maybe I can help. I think I speak their language.
Why didn't we see any of these guys in the fall?
Feel free to ask them.
Hey! Don't suppose you guys know how to heal our buddy?
Yeah, smaller, greener version of you guys.
Get ready!
Come on, put him down! Everything in this cave wants to kill us! gotta heal our buddy!
Not big conversationalists, these ones! To the bone! I think I can hear water!
Not a bad spot for a monster hangout!
Well, that went about as well as expected.
I was sure! Oh, maybe I just haven't learned it yet.
I think I picked up the word for kill. Or the grunt, anyway. The fog doesn't seem to bother whatever these giant things are.
Maybe they're just smart enough to not wander around in it. Unlike some people.
I am Groot.
I know why we're doing it. Guys.
I know, little fuzzy. And it is the only way forward.
What's happening?
He sees what lies ahead.
No way. No flarkin' way.
Doesn't seem that wet. Like, medium wet.
I ain't walking through a flarkin' monsoon!
Maybe there's a way to use those plants to divert the water. We're a team. We'll figure it out.
Are we?
Sure, you save him while I drown.
No, those big leaves could be useful. Like a dam.
Damn what?
Yes!
It's just a plant, not a you plant. And we ain't got much choice.
What would you guys do without me?
Yeah, where, oh where would we get another gun? I could try blowing it up, I guess.
No!
Mora, let's climb up there. Get eyes on the problem.
The problem is that Rocky needs to suck it up.
Yeah, good luck with that.
In Little Fuzzy's defense, he has died drowning in far less water than this.
Exactly. Wait, what?
This doesn't seem absurd to you?
He's got a thing with water. What do you want me to do?
You're supposed to be his leader.
Have you met Rocket? The almighty Star-Lord.
Say something?
Nope.
An even bigger head than he's already got.
Mantis, any of those realities where we just leave?
Anywhere I don't kill them all for abandoning me? Hypothetical.
Oh, little fuzzy. Sometimes get out.
Suddenly missing Drax's anecdotes about Katath.
Catathian fairy tale related to our current...
It's like the Catathian equivalent of Jack and the Giant Beanstalk. It's actually kind of refreshing.
Like a quick shower.
What do you say, Rocket?
I ain't ever showered either, and I ain't gonna start now.
Is that an Earth hero?
Hey, Groot, can you get me up there? Hey, if I jump, you can catch me, right?
Guess we'll find out.
That's not very reassuring.
Just don't screw up the jump. Why don't we just leave him behind? Focus on saving Drax. He'll still be here on the way back, and if he isn't...
Groot would never go for that.
Talking about?
Nothing, buddy. You're a valued member of the team.
Hey, Bug Lady, exactly how many times
don't have these sweet guns, Rocket.
Keep it up and I'll swipe him in your sleep. Huh? What's your hurry? What? I told you to go before we left the ship.
How about a hand?
In our case, I'd settle for some shelter.
Still be stuck somewhere. Still holding on.
No, it ain't none of their business. What's to understand? I ain't a fan of pounding.
Let's play elevator, Groot.
I am Groot.
Just about there. Groot, little help? Right about there. You're gonna need a hand up again.
Are you gonna have me do this all day?
Here will work.
Will do.
Thanks. Red bar, rocket, boom!
Huh?
Moses.
Are we supposed to know who that is?
Mark the Seas guy?
Oh, with the tentacles, right?
What? No!
Anyway, thanks, Quill. Really.
I was pretty sure you had tentacles.
What do you say, Groot? Now that we got the whole team together?
I am Groot.
Absolutely. A dry rocket is a happy rocket.
This is you happy?
Oh, yes. You should see some of the dark versions of Little Fuzzy.
This cramped corridor ring any bells, Mantis?
Pretty sure this is the wet part.
What now?
I thought we just did the wet part.
Oh, it gets worse.
Please,
Everyone okay?
I'd be seeing stars if I could see anything at all.
Yeah, this ain't good. So, about all them futures where we die.
I am Groot.
Has he always been able to do that?
I am Groot.
He says he don't like showing off. Thanks, buddy. No, I don't gotta tell him.
Ooh, right. The thing that you tell us in the dark. It's really important.
No, it ain't. Shut up.
You're among friends, Rocket.
It's nothing, okay? Just the lab I was in did tests on me in tubes of water, and it sucked. It really, really sucked.
Sensory deprivation experiments on Half-World. I heard of those.
Sensory deprivation was like a vacation compared to the other things.
And that's why you hate getting wet. Clark, I had no idea.
Don't make a big deal out of it. Just prefer to keep dry is all. So how long do we gotta wander around smashing our shins on rocks?
Rocket, something's wrong with my visor. I can't see anything.
Huh. Must be Groot's bioluminescence. It ain't on the defined light spectrum.
Right.
Hey, Gamora, remember that sleepover we had? I miss that. Staying up all night, talking, getting a little tipsy.
You sure that's the right way, Peter?
I'm sure that it's not, but let's not tell Star Guy. He needs to learn for himself.
I can hear you!
Even better! Groot, look at you glow! Oh boy, this place is so creepy!
Remember the deal, Quill? You find anything shiny, we split it. Okay, anyone else getting really fed up with Little Miss Cryptic? Pretty? Give me a break.
At least it seems less dark through here, and less wet.
Works for me.
Mantis, anything in particular we should be looking out for?
There's that creepy fog again.
It's always here. Always. Until it isn't.
What's that supposed to... I don't...
More Hellraisers.
Wait, yeah. But it ain't those Flarknards. It's them creepy eyeball things from the QZ.
I'm definitely hearing Hellraisers.
Then you ain't hearing right. It's eyeball things.
Can't tell.
Mora's gotta be right. We already know Hellbender's goons tracked us here.
What do you know? Hellraisers!
I know what I heard!
This time wasn't that. Never mind.
Faceless dudes go blood like cartoons!
Hey, look! Fog's clearing.
And there's a way out now.
Weird. It's like this place has a mind of its own.
Not mine. Force.
Anyone else getting deja vu?
It all looks the same with this fog.
Well, it don't sound the same. It's them jelly things from Seknar. That explains Stumpy's cousin.
No, it's Novacore. I hear voices.
How can you not tell the difference between monsters and people?
It's not that. We're clearly hearing different things.
Mora's right. I hear voices, just like when I put on that helmet in the Nova base.
You're both crazy. No flarking way! I heard jellies!
It doesn't matter who's right. We can't trust what we hear.
sums it up.
At least there's a way out now, I guess.
Okay, now that's them bouncing eyeballs from the QZ. No question.
I'm not doing this. Something is clearly messing with us.
Chitauri? Okay, well, that's just wrong. You're worse than her. Those overgrown lizards make clicky sounds. You got moss in your ears.
I hate to say it, I mean, I really hate to say it, but it does sound like those squishy eyeball things.
Okay, I'm officially tired of being right.
Even when we're right, we're wrong.
Johnny!
Keep up, guys!
Bugs touch the nerve! I know, buddy, but we can't just stop.
How deep can this go?
It's endless. Or circular? The fog calls and we answer.
Can we go back? There, you hear that?
Don't trust it, little fuzzy.
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them.
Ugh, it's Chitauri. I know it is.
This better be the last time I see this Larkin cave!
Good luck with that!
How do I keep guessing right?
All your right guesses are wrong!
Couldn't agree with you more!
Yeah, I hear it. But what is it?
This isn't right. It can't be real.
Sure felt real when we were fighting them.
It's the fog. They're just sounds.
And it's just a coincidence they sound like all the Flark and scutbags that have tried to kill us recently. Shh. What do you mean, shh?
Starguy's right.
Shh. And about what?
Shh. There's a new way out!
So it was nothing.
I think it depends. It's got something to do with the freaky fog.
Every time you name an enemy, it has the power to make that enemy appear.
So the key all along was to keep quiet?
Yeah, like that was ever gonna happen.
I saw... But the source? It's not done with us yet, Guardians.
Yeah, well, let's just keep our eyes open and our mouths shut from now on.
The fog entity has retreated for now. There's no immediate risk.
Yeah, no offense, Bug Lady, but nothing you say means anything anymore.
So the fog is an entity now?
Yes! Sort of.
Ugh.
Don't be frustrated, little fuzzy. We're all still alive. That's super rare.
Bridge to, over there.
Uh-oh. You hear that?
No, what is it?
Rushing water. Lots of it.
Oh, and the odds of you drowning are getting higher and higher.
Let me guess. Further down?
Only if you want to save Drax and the whole galaxy.
Let me get back to you.
Okay, one last time! It's mine!
I don't remember this part.
Okay. Look, guys, I appreciate what you all did for me back there with the water thing, but following the Bug Lady any deeper is officially stupid.
Rocket.
No. Fog monsters? Cave pigs? Wet waterfalls?
Technically, all water...
No, Quill. She doesn't know where we are. She doesn't know where we're going. She doesn't know what we're looking for.
Mantis, are we hot or cold?
Room temperature.
Okay. This is crazy. He is probably crazy. It's not about her. It's about us. I am super proud. proud of us. Because we've never gone this far for anything before.
Oh, this is the one where you inspire them.
Just think about who we were when we started.
Well, you were a 2-bit broke pirate who couldn't even outrun a tree.
Exactly! And you were a 2-bit bounty hunter. Just as broke as me, just as depraved, self-centered, mindlessly chasing every unit, bar, contract, bank to rob.
I still like many of those things.
So do I! But none of those things are why we're here now, right? You're down here kicking ass for Drax. Not Drax the Destroyer, not Drax the rampaging criminal. Drax, man! Our friend. And Gamora. You've gone to the ends of the galaxy to hunt people, to hurt people, to get revenge in what I can only assume are some excruciatingly painful ways. But doesn't this feel kind of good? Going this far to help someone you care about? Oh, it feels so good. And Groot.
He says you don't have to.
No, I do. Because we all need to learn something from you, man. You never complain. Or if you do, I don't catch it, but I'm pretty sure you probably definitely don't. You're always there for us. And that's what this is about. Us. Growing together as a team, following a crazy lady into a death cave because one of us needs help. Because we are a team. Hell, we're a family. We're the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yay!
Really great speech, Quill.
Why didn't anyone stop me?
You're on such a roll!
It really was one of your better speeches.
Good to see you live in Drax again.
I'm about to make this nasty! I mean, you know what I mean.
Find a way behind the statue, Sargon! The evil must be stopped from within!
You get that, Peter?
Yeah. Something about the statue.
Bobby has got sloppy footwork!
Little Fuzzy! Now is the time for explosion!
You want...
Rocket, you see what I see?
Yeah! I can get in there!
Okay, so let's blow this thing to hell.
Don't know how much longer I can hold us off, Peter!
Don't fuck me! That base is in need of some... There! How was that?
Did it work? Feels like it should have worked.
Then why are we still fighting them?
The source is half destroyed! Little Fuzzy must finish the job!
Look! Guess I didn't get in deep enough. Find me another entry point, bro!
I'm thinking all it takes is one more blast.
No! The water will! I can't! You know I can't!
Rocket!
No! Keep shooting! It's gotta end sometime! Wrong! Buddy!
Mantis?
Oh no! No! No!
The only way to save him is to destroy the source of your other selves!
What?
The statue! We gotta nuke the statue! Seriously, Rocket! You need to blast it from the inside!
Please, Rocket!
No! I'd rather die shooting than walk on it!
What about not dying? Can that be an option here?
Sorry, okay? I just can't!
Peter! Help!
Oh no! Little Fuzzy, please!
What? This isn't my fault!
Okay, look, Rocket! I know!
Shut up, Quill! I know what I gotta do, and I'm just gonna...
Really?
I'm gonna suck it up and do it!
Be careful,
We
Little
got
Fuzzy!
this, Rocket!
Little Fuzzy!
This one, please work! Come on, Rocket, you can do this! You can, right, Mantis? Mantis! Yeah! Wow! Rocket. Check it out. Still not dead.
I can't believe you did that for us.
Hey, a friend needed help.
Bunch of them.
Rocket, man. Yeah. Can we please just save Drax already?
Warm? Very, very warm.
I think she wants us to jump in the hole.
I may not know what we're looking for, but I know it's down there.
Okay, let's finish this, because I sure as Flark didn't get all wet for nothing.
We need to hurry! I can feel the matriarch's lies getting bolder in Green Meanie's mind! Oh yes! This is the place! I was pretty sure we'd find it somewhere down here.
Now you know what we're looking for?
Something sad and sulking, licking lingering wounds.
If it's here.
He's totally gonna feed us to something awful down here. I know it.
Should we expect a fight?
Probably. You guys aren't very good at the whole de-escalation thing.
Doesn't matter what's down here. If it can bring us back our grumpy Catathian, I'm all in.
We're here. Home of the healing light. Source of the cure. Origin of Raker's power.
It's a cocoon?
Told you she was gonna feed us to some...
Oh, gross! Please tell me Drax is the only one who's got to go in that creepy egg sack.
So the shepherds found fresh flock. Foolish followers.
Think fast, beard butt!
You know not the gravity of your treacherous trespass. You cannot quell a god. Prepare for oblivion, interloper.
Oh, it's this one. Okay, Green Meanie, you're up.
Found you.
What wayward wickedness is this?
Nasty uglies from that busted noggin of yours. It's okay, guys, it's him! Aaron Witchcraft! No, wait, Aiden Warsock! Ashley Warsock?
Adam Warlock?
That's it! The Golden God guy!
Hold on. This guy's Raker's old divine... whatever?
Looks pretty good for a dead guy.
Were you not sent by the sanctimonious shepherd?
Us? With Raker? Not a chance. We're trying to shut his ass down.
See? Friends. Okay, big guy, and we go. Come on! All the ones where we die already happened.
Raker's got half the galaxy going cuckoo bananas. Our friend included.
I swapped your ass for a newer, younger blue-skinned model.
So, can you help us? Mantis seems to think you can cure Drax.
My heavenly healing is veiled malignance. A first folly I swore never to repeat.
Can someone translate this guy?
He said no.
What protection I can proffer is to remain reclusive.
Not this time, Goldie. The pieces need to go back together. We just gotta get you all closer to the puzzle.
And that would be...
In here, of course.
Whoa, wait, let's talk about...
What the butt?
It's like the beginning of Space Odyssey.